happen to have a super famous person, Chris Clok, with us, one of my favorite students. So, Chris, he just was gracious enough to jump on and tell you his experience. He's in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which I got a chance to visit Chattanooga about 6 months ago. Cutest town I've ever seen. I thought it would be some little dinky town. It's beautiful. I think
I
I'm
take
moving there.
offense to that. I'm just going to tell you. First off, that you called us a cute town. Okay, we're very manly.
Is
Thank
it
you very
okay?
much.
Very manly town.
We're the
Uh,
number one outdoor city in America. Thank you very much, Todd.
so, Chris, you've been doing loans for how many years?
5 years now, five and some change.
Five and some change. You've been in Jolt for over a year? Over a year.
I think it's been a year and a half, if not closer to a
Year and
year.
a half.
It'll be coming up on
Okay.
2 now in the next couple months.
Okay. So in your words, what has it helped you with? Because you came into Jolt, you were already doing 10 plus loans a month. And you were one of those people that's like, hey, Chris tells me he wants to close 50 loans a month. So I'm like, okay, I love that. Let's do it. So what has it helped you with in your business?
Well, I think that, and Todd, we've talked about this before. When originally heard about the idea of Jolt, I think what was really appealing is the thought process of, okay, I want more closings. I need more closings, not want. We need some more closings. How do we do that? We know that we need more people under contract. Some of them are going to fall out. We know we need more pre-approvals because in order to have the pre-approvals, we need more meetings. In order to have meetings, we have to have referrals. And where in the world do the referrals come from? You see left and right that there's things being marketed online that you don't need realtors anymore and you need to go do this and it should just be direct to consumer. And it's not to say that that doesn't work, but when you thought about buying a house, what was the first thing you thought about? When I bought a house 9 years ago, I knew I needed to talk to a realtor. I didn't think about the money. The money's a byproduct. I want the house. And so it's always going to be, in my opinion, it's always going to be the people connection with the realtor. And the only way that you can set these appointments is you can do them yourself, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I've set appointments from cold calls before and buddy introductions, but to me, it's just additive. All it is it's setting more at bats. And because of being coached over the years, I understand how to convert and uncover motivation and figure out if it's a good fit. And there are sales skills that's involved because it's hard just to show up and they're not just going to use you. You have to have some sort of skill, but does it need to be incredible skill? No, it doesn't. They might just be having a bad day with their lender, which happens more often than you think. Because
Yeah.
guess what? Sometimes I'm really good, and sometimes my realtors are having a bad day with me, right?
Yeah, you told me how many new realtors you met with last year. Do you remember that number that we set for you?
It was over 60 brand new realtors and two-step closed all of them. So meaning had an appointment and set a second appointment. I mean, I just met with somebody that sent me, ended up meeting with them on Friday, set an appointment to drive an hour and a half to go meet them on Monday, made some stops on the way, had a meeting, got 3 referrals out of them, have a meeting that's set with a buyer from it. His daughter happens to be 30 minutes from me and is a rock star realtor that I've always been too nervous to call. And now I'm going to call her and be like, I work with your dad.
I
It's
love
easy.
that.
So it's just
That's
the
the
connection
spider
piece.
web.
Yeah, and we have 4 closings this month specifically from Jolt, people I met in Jolt, and last month it was 4 as well. And last month was a record month for us. We had 20 closings for right under 7.5.
Nice job. How many appointments, including past clients, financial planners, and realtors, if you average it out, how many appointments do we get to in an average month?
Well, it definitely is 1 a day pretty consistently. So if you just average that out 20, I mean, you can say uncle and stop. I just figure
You don't.
I'm paying for the appointments to be set and
You're
precious.
one of the few clients that never has called us and said, "Hey, I've got enough appointments. Stop,"
That's
which I
that's
love
silly. I'm
about.
paying for it, so I might as well. Yeah,
Hey, I
more
agree.
opportunities.
I
Yeah,
agree.
but what I found too is you obviously we can go find people in different places, but there are people that are getting appointments set, and their average price point in Chattanooga, which is huge, is 875, and I never would have thought to call them because they work with the other really good lender in town. And we've closed a couple together. And she picks up and she's kind of scatterbrained. She's just been in the business for 30 years and she lives on the mountain. We have just as good sales skills to her, and I can add a lot of value to her life. And she works with the lender that's not process driven.
Yeah, you told me a story. I was 3, 4 months ago about the little, and you've had several of these, but the most recent one I remember is the hidden gem, the lady that was like an hour away and in a small town, but she owned the town, did 100 something deals. Can you tell us, because
200.
there's hidden
Okay.
gems out there.
And what's crazy, I have an additive to that story too. She lives in Jamestown, Tennessee. It's in the middle of nowhere. She closed 176 transactions last year. She's been in the business for 30 years. She's scatterbrained as all get out, but she's just a little Southern girl, and she's also secretly really, really driven. And she wants help with her business. So I've driven up 2.5 hours to Jamestown multiple times because she's worth it.
How
And in
many
the
deals are you
process of
closing with her?
we're about one a month, and then she has a brokerage too, and we have an event that I'm going to drive up to do, and I'm going to bring my family up, and it's kind of fun to drive through East Tennessee, so we're going to do some fun things like that. What I found too is there's another monster agent that closed 120 last year that's in the same town, Todd.
Really?
And so I met with her recently, and it's buddy introduction. So using that to just spider web into other opportunities, it's all about the opportunities to meet.
Well, you've done a great job. You know, Kathleen Kelly was on that video earlier, and I love this story. So she was in the business 2 years when we got her. She's now been in the business 3 years, and she went from closing 2.5 loans a month to now averaging over eight. And I mean, that is a that's life changing. It's
Hmm.
life changing. Chris, you're making more money now in a month than you made in corporate America in a year,
Almost double a
almost
month.
double. So you're the epitome of a very driven, very coachable salesperson. And you've been doing this 5 plus years and you're killing it. And Jolt's a part of that. It's not all of that, right? It's part of that. But if we can get you more opportunities consistently, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I love you beeping on. I know you're busy, bud, but it helps for people to hear, oh, this is because people sell stuff all the time. It's like, does this really work? Is at the
Well,
end of
it's
the
just
day.
not more complicated than do you want more appointments with qualified realtors? And my average price point has jumped about $50,000 because of Jolt too. I'm convinced. As I look through like I mean, it's 7.5 million for 20. What does that equate to? I don't know. That's 375. My average price point with last year was about 299. So I mean, the average price point was up just last month, $75,000. Now
Yeah.
you could say, hey, part of that's because of this the time of the year, that yada yada yada. But I'm looking at what's happening with particularly these agents, and if they're doing 10 plus buy sides, it's probably most of them not just Zillow first time home buyer, it's probably repeat customers and they started building a business. So it's better buyers too.
Well, when you're paid on percentage, another 50 grand alone goes a long way.
I'll take it.
Yes. Chris, thanks for your time, bud. I
Yeah, no
appreciate it.
problem. Thanks
Okay.
guys.
See you,
See
Thanks,
bud.
you,
Chris.
Kaylee.